Here's a testing of the pressure for the pumps. Sorry, we have your pump now with some internal component changes. The bypass has been increased to 80 to 100 psi to make sure and keep the bypass from interfering and keeping air bubbles from getting into the bypass and not being able to clear out. You can see we're operating. We're operating at just about 60 psi, and we're operating at about 0.4, a little more than 0.4 GPM. You'll notice that the pressure, the back pressure that the pump is seeing and where it's going to operate is entirely dictated by the size of the nozzles here. So what you're having is actually about 50 to 60 psi or more back pressure just from the nozzles. At this point, the bypass isn't even engaged. It wouldn't be engaged until you increase the pressure. So we have, where do we have the bypass set? 100. Bypass is set at about 100 psi. We have it there at 100 psi. So if you close the valve, you're going to see a little more than 100 psi. But basically, operating against your nozzles without any bypass in the pump, you're going to operate just a little over 50, a little over 60 psi. And again, you're right here at about a little closer to 0.48, 0.45 GPM. We're feeding the pump with, it's very important to feed it 115 volts, 115 or so volts. If the current to the motor is, goes up, then that's going to affect the performance as well. It's going to increase the performance. So you want to keep your voltage supply as stable to 115 as possible. So at this point, I'm going to show how, and if you take out the suction line, okay, of course the pressure drops to zero, the flow drops to zero. I'm gonna put the suction back in. You'll see now the air bubbles in the flow meter are being cleared. Your pressure quickly climbed to about 60 psi, and your flow climbed to just about 0.5 GPM. Okay.